So in this week's Parsha, we have, of course, the split of Yaakov and Esav. And Yaakov goes on to become the father of the Jewish people, and Esav goes on to become the father of the enemies of the Jewish people. But the Torah tells us something very interesting. The Torah says that until they turned a certain age, it's not clear in Chazal if it's 13 or 15, but until they were a certain age, they looked exactly the same. Rashi says that Esav acted exactly like Yaakov. From Rashi, it seems like maybe underneath the surface he was really evil already and just you couldn't tell. But if the Medrash says, in Yalkut Shemaini, the Medrash says that Esav was actually learning just like Yaakov was. And even internally, he was a good kid and he was doing the right thing. And we find a very interesting thing in the Gemara Kiddushin. The Gemara brings a raya from Esav's marriage, about a certain halacha in Hilchis Kiddushin. And the Gemara says, how can you bring me raya from Esav? Esav is a goy. Says the Gemara, no. Esav is a Yisrael mumar. He is a Jew who went off the derech, who became more than off the derech, but he became a mumar. He gave up his Yiddishkeit, which a Jew today cannot do. But Esav was able to do that. Esav was born a Jew, but he was able to give up his Yiddishkeit. And therefore we're able to learn out a halacha from Esav, because he was born a Jew, he was born in Israel. And now that's very strange if you think about it. Because fast forward to next week's Parsha, what does the name Yisrael mean? The name Yisrael, which is a name given to Yaakov by the angel of Esav, by the Malach of Esav, after fighting with Yaakov all night and seeing that he can't win, he gives Yaakov a new name and he says, your name is going to be Yisrael, ki sarisa imelikim va'adam atucha, because you fought with a Malach, and you won, and you succeeded. You overcame me. You were stronger than me. That's what the name Yisrael means. Tsar, to be a master over a Malach. And that's your name, Yaakov. So how on earth can we call Esav a Yisrael mumar? Esav is a Yisrael who went off the derech. Yisrael means someone who overcomes Esav. Yisrael is the name given to Yaakov when he conquers Esav. How can we call Esav himself Yisrael? That would seem to be the most inappropriate name for Esav. So I heard once from Moshe Shapiro, he said incredible idea. He said that, like we started off saying, Esav himself really fought and was a tzaddik in the beginning of his life. Meaning, Esav was born with a malach of Esav, with a sar of Esav. He was born with his inclination, which was towards evil. As we saw in the beginning of the Parsha, even when he's in the womb, he's running out to Beis Avodah Zarah. That meant that he had a tremendous urge towards evil. But you know what? He overcame it. And for the first couple of years of his life, until he was 13 or 15 years old, he actually overcame his own sar, his own malach. And he was Yisrael. He was supposed to be Yisrael, because he was the one who fought with Sareh Shel Esav. He fought with his own evil inclination, and he overcame it for many, many years. But then he stopped fighting. When he turned 15, he gave up the fight. And he said, that's it, I'm going off. And he became a Yisrael mumar. But indeed, the name Yisrael is very appropriate for a man who fought a good fight. But unfortunately became a mumar and gave up on that fight. But the message here is incredible. A person can be born with the evil inclination, with the Sareh Shel Esav, with his Malach and Shemayim being the Yetzer Hara himself, being the Nachash itself. That's his Malach. That's what controls him. But it doesn't control him. A person has the ability to overcome anything. A person is given Bechira, is given free will, and no matter what conditions they're born under, no matter what spiritual handicaps they're born with, a person always has the ability, like the Gemara tells us, that if a person's Yitzhara overwhelms them, overcomes them, without Hashem's help, you can't beat him. But with Hashem's help, you can beat anything. And Esav, until a certain age, he took in that message, and he lived with the Ribbon Shalom, and he was able to overcome his own inclination. Unfortunately, then he gave up, but that mission was taken over by us, by Klal Yisrael. We are Yisrael. We have the ability to fight anything that stands in our way, spiritual or otherwise, and we taka b'zaycha to ultimately see the Gula Shlema Hamitis, and indeed our name Yisrael. We should see how we're able to overcome all of the obstacles thrown in our way by the Gullus. Meher v'yameinu, amen.